We are now getting into game 1 of the DreamHack Masters EU. Yeah, that's all you're getting. That's all you get. So this is the... Wait, I'm tabbing out. I'm cheating. So, DreamHack... Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is DreamHack StarCraft 2 Masters 2020 Summer Europe Qualifiers.
Nailed it. He nailed it, guys.
Didn't
this is what a professional caster sounds like.
In the top right-hand side of Everdream, he is the Blue Zerg player representing Germany. No team. It's Lambo.
Excellent. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand side in the red, representing Russia and Team Wardy TV. It is our Protoss player, Rail.
Oh, I did some Mapu stuff on that. Oh,
man, that was sexy as... Oh, almost. That was very sexy, though. Excellent work.
It'll do. Okay. So, in terms of how this game goes, I would expect Rail to be the aggressor. I think you'd probably agree. He's, I would say he's quite an aggressive player. I see him do a lot of glaive adepts and things like that. Lambo is very, very solid, and he likes to play more mid to late game generally. Like, we're not going to see a 12 pull from Lambo. I would be very surprised to see it, and in fact, in this game, it was Hatchgas pull. What are your predictions? We're doing predictions.
As far as, what do you think? It's strategy predictions or just straight up score predictions?
We're going to do a little bit of everything, Creighton.
I love it. We got plenty of StarCraft to cast today. I think strategy-wise, you're probably right. I expect Rail to set the tone for this game. Lambo would probably be best served to play fairly defensively, try and work it into a mid to late game, because mid to late game, Lambo is, I mean, that is most terrifying, right?
Yes.
100% so I think it makes them. Yeah, I think it makes the most sense if Lambo sits back and just plays Zerg the way Zerg is traditionally intended to be played, which is get good map control, get good map vision, and let your opponent come to you. Be able to respond, do some decent scouting, and then once you understand what's coming at you, just prepare for it, defend, and then over time you can overwhelm your opponent as you trade more efficiently than you otherwise would. Out-expand, and then aggress later. But look at this, Rail opening up with a Robo first opener, not glaive to depths this time.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that. I do think it's probably going to be for a Prism and some harassment into a third base. I'm very excited to see what he follows up with. Is he going to get the Twilight Council now and go for some sort of Prism play? Is he just going to make a lot of Sentries and Immortals? He is getting... he already has his first Adept just about to pop out. Meanwhile, Lambo is looking everywhere. If you look at his Lings and their patrol paths, he's scouting everything for the possibility of a proxy.
I mean, yeah, just look at that Lambo vision for sure. Ooh. He is, man, and he's already very early in the game. Quite good.
And already getting pneumatized Carapace as well, so we can really try and get some information as to what's going on. Is this just a quick third here from Rail? There's no way, right?
That would be an absolutely bold move. But hey, man, if ever there was a time for a bold move, it is now in the DreamHack EU Summer Qualifiers. I mean, what else would you want to do? If you're going to try out a new strategy, now is the time.
Yeah, definitely. Lambo continuing to look around everywhere. He's getting his creep spread going. Currently up at 3 queens. He can do introduce his 4th. He typically goes up to between 4 and 5. We have the first Immortal on the way here from Rail. So it does look like Rail is playing... how many gates are we looking at? Robotics Bay. That's so quick.
Whoa. Scouted immediately, though, by Lambo. Oh, dang. Okay, so Disruptors or Colossus? Surely this early, it's got to be for Colossus, right?
You'd think so. That's a typical thing. And it looks almost PvT. You know, you see this Protoss versus Terran where the Protoss will play for a very quick Colossus or something. But he's getting a Prism. I think there's a possibility. No, this is what it's going to be. We're not going to see Colossus. We're going to see Disruptors. We're going to see Warp Prism speed. And we're going to see Disruptor drops.
I'm going to counter that. I'm going to say it's Colossus drops.
That would be even
I hope
cooler.
We're both correct. But
yeah, me too.
Oh, I'm so jazzed, man. There it is. You're absolutely correct. Warp Prism speed and Disruptor. There it is, Grant. Nice call, my man.
We did it. Okay, so yeah, Disruptor drops. This is so cool.
Grant, can I interrupt you for just a minute, man?
Yeah, always.
So for those of you just joining us, Grant and I have never cast together in our lives. We have wanted to for what, a year now, maybe? And we finally got thrown together on this. And let me say, I love casting with a co-caster because now I'm not ever just wrong. I can just choose the other option and at least one of us is correct. This is going to be so much fun, man.
Yep. There's going to be times when we're both wrong.
Wait. Yeah, first disruptor's out. Okay, in the warp prism. Where's that warp prism? Speeding across the map right now. Warp prism speed finished up, and this will get spotted by Lambo. Does he have enough in his main base to defend?
Does he have? He has some lings and things, but the disruptor. I mean, the negative side of this is the disruptor needs to drop, and then it needs to fire, and the shot needs to complete. You can't pick the disruptor up mid-shot because it will cancel the animation. So disruptor goes in, it fires 4 drones. The disruptor dies.
Hey, decent splitting there from Lambo, and Rail not getting as much damage as he wanted, and losing that disruptor is really rough. I mean, if we look at the resources lost tab right now, we can see that's a much more efficient trade. Pardon me, for our Zerg player. And not enough. I feel like it wasn't critical damage of drones. Like 4 drones is good, but not enough at the cost of that disruptor.
Yeah, I definitely would have expected 6 or 7 would have been nice, but the disruptor living, I think, was more important because Lambo is getting to that stage. His 4th hatchery is down. He's up to 67 drones already. He's producing a lot of roaches and ravagers. He's getting his evolution chambers. Lambo's getting to the point, and once he hits mid-70s in the drones, he's going to absolutely explode in terms of production.
Yeah, Rail's put himself in a really interesting spot here. Nice cancel on that 4th base, by the way. Those double immortal drops doing a lot of damage. But Rail's put himself in a really interesting place where he's gone for that 3rd base fairly early, right? But also invested really heavily in tech and infrastructure. So he's got to be a bit behind the income. And if we look at the income graph, we can see, yeah, Lambo really started to take a big lead because I think of those early pushes for Rail, like investing in tech and infrastructure rather than building up some army.
In terms of army supply right now, Lambo is ahead, but of course you get a lot of bloat from roaches, and this is what I wanted to see from him. Lots more ravagers. It's very important with this many force fields that he's going to be able to shut this down. He will lose an overlord, but I'm sure he's going to produce a laser overlords pretty soon. He's already at 200 supply. Plenty of a laser overlords.
Yeah, goodness gracious. Well, here we go. A couple force fields going down. He does have like 7 sentries right now, almost all full up on energy until then. Ravagers are getting picked off at the front line here, and these 3 immortals in the back really powering through for Rail right now. As long as he has those immortals alive, he's definitely got a shot at putting more pressure on this 3rd base.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of defending them, but the sentry count has dropped rapidly. A couple of bios connected and killed 4 or 5 very quickly, and now we can see the force fields have completely run out, and this is now going to mean the chase back. 1 force field, that didn't do so much. All of the sentries now down, the push coming in. You can see bios connecting a little bit more than they probably should, and Lambo definitely going to be able to push this back.
Yeah, Rail not controlling as well as I thought he was going to there. Look at that. He's going to eat a couple more corrosive biles. The barriers on those immortals have been popped, and now the Warp Prism has got to make difficult choices about which 2 immortals it wants to save and which one it's going to let die here. It's like a parent choosing their favorite 2 children. That's enough to knock him out. Oh my gosh, GG immediately. And Lambo grabs game number 1.
Very, very well played from Lambo. I think the main problem there was the disruptor just didn't do the damage it needed. The opening, what did it do? The Warp Prism speed was nice for the Immortal drop to kill the 4th, but apart from that, no damage. There really just wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough is exactly the correct description of that game for our Protoss player. It's such an early investment, really bold early investment in that Robo Bay, and very surprising that he was unable to do it. I'll tell you what, Grant, if you wouldn't mind, if you want to make me party leader, since you're controlling the broadcast stuff, I can work on joining our games and stuff in game just to take a little more off your plate. Perfect. We're still figuring out what our division of labor is going to look like, but you're doing all the heavy lifting today. So if there's anything else I can take off your plate during the cast, do let me know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Have you changed colored health bars, by the way?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to do that now.
Attaboy, thank you. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat as well.
I think that's the one. Yeah, definitely. Things like the webcam getting a little pixelated. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll keep an eye on it. It's not bad. It just the quality dropped a little. I think it's Discord more likely than anything, being a nightmare. Probably. I'll make sure I don't have too much open just in case it's from my end.
Gosh, I hope it's not from my end. Either way, pixelated's fine. I actually didn't shave this morning, so if I'm a little pixelated, it makes my face look a little generally more shiny.
No, you look good.
Fingers crossed.
You look great, Crayon. Okay, let me see.
Oh, Grant, you didn't have to say that, but thank you so much. Well, the countdown has now begun, and we're hopping into Pillars of Gold, one of the new maps of the map pool here for game number 2. And Grant, how many games have you cast on Pillars of Gold now? I've had internet problems since the new map pool started, so I've not seen as many reps on this map as some other people have, and I'm really excited to hear what you think of this map. So once we introduce these 2 players, why don't you tell me a little more about Pillars of Gold?
So, we'll do the player first. In the bottom left, he is trailing in this series, representing Russia. Wardy, the better-looking version of Grant, he is the red Protoss player. It's Rail.
I don't know if I agree with your assessment on that, Grant, but you Brits are very self-deprecating. I'll give it to you.
We are.
And spawning in the top right-hand side in the blue, representing Germany, and currently teamless, it is our boy, Lamborghini.
Oh, I messed it up.
That's all right. Okay. It still looked good.
So, in terms of Pillars of Gold and getting back to that, what a little sweetheart.
Oh, poor Rail.
I know, it's that Russian. He's playing from a hotel.
He's playing from hotel Wi-Fi?
Have you ever had hotel Wi-Fi that's like more than 2 megabytes a second?
Wow.
No
Man,
way.
I feel really bad then.
He went Nexus first.
Whoa. Nexus first before. Oh my god. Okay, so last game, he went for the early third base, right?
Yeah.
So it was It was a disruptor drop into a fairly early third base to try and catch up economically. And this game, going for Nexus first. I have not seen a Nexus first build in several months, Grant. What is he thinking with this?
I guess he knows that Lambo isn't going to be aggressive. Lambo, especially after game one, you've got to think he's going to be comfortable going into a mid game. And Lambo, of course, is going for that Hotcast pull. Very standard opening. The only thing I can think of is he really, really wants to get economy going and maybe hit an early 2-base timing, using that advantage he'll have in economy. Obviously, if like Lambo had gone for a 14 pull, a 15 pull, a 16 pull, the game's over. But he flipped that coin. He's making a Zealot as well, so really safe from Rail on the back of this enhanced economy. In terms of where his Chrono's going, I imagine it's all going into the next eye as well. Where are you going to put this one? There we go.
Yeah, 100%. Going probe. And now Lambo has seen this. He'll know the timing, but
yeah.
I guess third base for Lambo. Yeah, third base down is about 2.5 minutes. That's pretty standard third base timing. Now that he's spotted this Nexus, what's the best way for Lambo to try and counter it, try and pressure? Is it early roaches?
I think you can definitely go for that, but you don't know what Rail's doing behind this. His Cybernex core is finished. He could be going for a very quick Robo or something like that. I think if I am Lambo, I'm going double Evo Chamber and I'm going to match him in the mid game.
I think that's probably the right call. We saw him pull some drones off of gas earlier, so he wasn't going for like that insane 3 roach timing or anything.
Yeah.
And that's going to pay off for him not going early roaches, because look at this. Robo down immediately for Rail, and Rail is going to start pumping out probably some Immortals unless he goes for another crazy Warp Prism drop like he did last game.
I can't see him going for that again this game. It was a very cool risk to take in game one, but he also knows, and this game he will see it even earlier, that Lambo is playing pneumatized Carapace, so you're not going to catch him off guard with disruptor drops.
Man, that is such a good investment. I don't know why every single Zerg player does not prioritize pneumatized Carapace. I've never seen it. Like, I've never seen a Zerg player do that and be like, oh man, I wish I hadn't gotten pneumatized Carapace so early in the game. I've never seen that before. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Grant, go back to the Protoss base. Do you see what Rail is doing?
He's actually going to do it again. What a psychopath.
Now, did he go Observer first last game? I don't think so. Yes. He went straight Warp Prism, right?
No, he went Observer first.
Okay.
So he goes Observer, Warp Prism, and then Disruptor. And it all lines up at about the right time, because the Warp Prism finishes as the Robotics Bay finishes, and then the first Disruptor finishes very similar to the time that Warp Prism Speed finishes, and now he's going to add on extra gates. So I don't imagine he'll go straight into the main this time. So how much has Lambo seen? So Lambo, he's seen it. He knows.
Yeah, he knows everything, man. Lambo's in such a good spot yet again this game.
Lambo getting two Roach Warrens.
Wait, really?
One behind the natural mineral line.
This is just a flex. This is not a mistake. This is a flex from Lambo. Lambo's like, you know what? I'm gonna beat you so badly. I'm gonna build 2 Roach Warrens, because remember, if you're new to StarCraft 2, if a Zerg player builds 2 Roach Warrens, they can build twice as many roaches. That's a true fact.
It's like, I'm really good at 6 pooling, where I build 6 spawning pools.
Okay, so dual roach warren, that's got to be a bit of a mistake from Lambo. Not sure what that's all about. Maybe he messed up his build order or something? Or maybe he wants to research roach speed twice this game. But it's going to be a little bit of a different setup here from Rail, who instead of going for Disruptor Drop immediately, going for Disruptor Drop immediately, instead of following it up with a more standard, like, Immortal build, he's building Colossus and Extended Thermal Lance behind this. Wow, big shot there on the Disruptor.
Yeah, Disruptor kills a couple of roaches, 1 drone has died, the Queen did survive, but this time, most importantly, the Disruptor lives. It's at full health, it's nowhere near done, and this is the purpose of the build. And I do like the change here of going for Colossus afterwards, instead of going for a very predictable Immortal Sentry push, like he did in Game 1. He's now able to go for something a little different, and now he's really using the maneuverability here of that Speed Warp Prism. That hit's going to be good. 9 drones.
My God, 9 more drones, a total now of 10 drones gone this game. That is actually enough to make a decent impact. God. And like you said previously, what? Calculated. This is calculated. You're kidding me. I wish you could see my webcam right now, Grant. I'm sitting back in my chair. My jaw is just open.
This is crazy. There's no way, right? This is just him going, okay, I'll do this instead because I made this mistake.
No. This is 100% planned. Come on, give this man some credit. This is either completely planned or a total flex where he's just like, have you ever seen this before, Grant?
No,
ever.
Never in my life. Maybe Stefano used to do a build in like Heart of the Swarm where he would get 200 supply of roaches in like 9 minutes and then use borrowed roaches to kill his Protoss player. This was a long time ago, and he was very good with it. I remember seeing, this is when he was like winning WCSEU, things like that. This one has a lot more Ravagers involved, so I think it's going to be roach counterattacks. Yeah, it is. Look, borrowed roaches over to the center of the map. We have more to the west here, this army.
This is great. This is like when you're freaking at military academy and you study like how people used to siege castles so that you understand stuff, because this is such an old freaking build. Look at this. Roaches into the natural, roaches into the main, and he's going to pop those bad boys up here any second, and the probes are going to start to fall. Come on, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Cacao. Ripping the count going on these probe kills. Immediate warp-ins from Rail. But Lambo with the most bananas build I have seen in a long time. I can't believe this is game 2 of the day.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Some good bios as well in the front. Now, Lambo can't take an outright fight in the front. He's done a lot of economical damage, but now he needs to fall back, get Banelings, get more Roaches, more Ravagers, because there are still 3 Colossi. Oh, he does find a really good angle, actually, and maybe I'm going to eat my words. Good force fields come down here from Rail. Lambo having to micro as best as he can. But Rail saving...
Sorry, anyway, the force fields didn't last too long there. The corrosive bile's right on top, but this is beautiful. From that was a really nice engagement from Lambo, getting all the way around Rail, but Rail does pull out of it and doesn't lose too much here. So he's still in this game, no question. Yeah,
definitely. My main concern for Rail right now is his pro count is a little low, and upgrades, he doesn't have any. I don't think he even has forges yet, no. So upgrades are going to be in favor of the Zerg player for the foreseeable future. Now, it is just 1 eBay, not double, but with, oh my god, that infestation pet. Okay. Are we going to see like a 10-minute high?
Hopefully, that'd be really cool, in addition to all the crazy cool stuff that Lambo's already been doing. I really wish Lambo would use these borrowed roaches a little bit more effectively. It'd be really nice to see some run bys and stuff. This is something we see a lot where players are getting, oh my god, the nice surround, though, if he can get it. He just doesn't quite have enough, though. If you do that 2-pronged harass with Zerg, you've got to have like a bulky enough army on both sides, and that he just doesn't quite have the army supply advantage to really go through on both sides.
One thing that blows my mind is there are 33 Stalkers, no Twilight Council, no Blink, no Forges. It is just straight up. Oh, bit of lag there. Did I need to pause?
Yeah, what is Rail building all these Stalkers for? Yeah, it's been on and off all game. Rail's hotel Wi-Fi is really putting this game in a tough spot. But what are all these Roaches and Ravagers? Oh, pardon me, what are all these Stalkers from Rail for? Is he trying to counter Roach with Stalker? That seems like a fool's errand.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Now, this has worked. We saw it a little bit with Zest in the GSL, where he just made 110 Stalkers. On the other side of the map, there has been another Roach run by. Look at all these workers dying.
Oh my god, the poor probes pulled off the line, and now all Lambo has to do is hold for a little bit longer, right? There's no way that Rail can keep up that pressure. He's trying to warp in some stuff back home, but that's simply not going to be enough. One big Disruptor hut could change the tide of battle, but it's not going to happen. The Disruptor goes down, and now it's just Stalker Colossus. That Warp Prism is going to be working overtime with its Micro to try and save some of these units. Remember, these are non-blink Stalkers, which means that with a good angle, the Zerg player is going to be just fine, and Lambo pulling the drones in the backside to prevent a retreat, and this is looking worse and worse for Rail here in game number 2.
The Biles were massive. Having no blink means Biles were just completely free. Lambo hit so many of those big hits, and at the other side of the map, he's killed 31 workers. Lambo lost a lot from that drone pull, but he knew he could afford it. He's 48 workers to 25. Lambo has +1 melee and no melee units. GG!